What's up, everybody? This is Steve Librand, host of the SarCast Podcast. Joining me tonight in studio is my man Tom Young.
Steve, what's up, man?
It's good to be back with you.
I hear you.
Rebooting the show tonight. Normally, you're going to hear myself and Mike Hanratty, but unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us tonight. So we're going to kick off the SarCast reboot, and we're going to talk about where we've been, what's been going on, and get everybody up to speed, so to speak.
That's right.
So let's get this show started. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new and improved, but still the same, SarCast.
Yes, sir.
I'm your host, Steve Librand. Joining me, as I said, Mr. Tom Young, getting 2/4. Can I say 2/4 or is 50%?
50%.
Half and half?
I would say 50%.
50% of the CBC, the Crack Bell crew back together.
Yeah.
It's one time only.
Yep.
Tom had to fit it into his schedule.
Wasn't easy.
So here's where we are. So we took some time off, Rob and I, and just things kind of spiraled from there. We weren't going to come back at all. We were going to take a long break, and I got the itch. I wanted to get back in studio and start talking to my boys and start talking to my peeps again. And I'm glad I did. This place is beautiful.
Looks great. It looks great.
Got the beautiful neon light behind us.
Nate's doing work.
Yeah. Special thanks to Nate Moss. Mr. Moneyman himself.
No problem, man.
He is crushing it in here. He's behind the glass with us, and he'll be here each and every week from now on, helping us making us sound pretty, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So
you need a little help.
I need a lot of help. I got a face for radio. So here's where we are. We took some time off back in April, and a lot of it had to do with me personally, my kids' schedule and sports and all of the stuff that goes along with that and being a parent. And it just became overwhelming. And I was doing multiple practices a week, and it was all worth it.
Right.
I wouldn't have changed it all for the world. We had some awesome tournaments. It was all baseball, and a little bit of soccer mixed in there. We got to go to New York. Spent a week in Cooperstown in a baseball tournament. Got to see my kid hit a bomb, his first ever home run.
Right,
crushed it.
Did you cry?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost did. He hugged every coach on the way around. It was such an amazing moment, and just like the experience of being in Cooperstown for a baseball tournament and seeing all the kids perform. Like, we worked so hard.
Yeah,
so much fundraising to get us there, and
once in a lifetime.
It was totally a once in a lifetime thing. I think the whole trip for everything just to get up there is like $25,000. So we did a lot of stuff to try to come up with the money to get up there. And you're basically right outside of Cooperstown. We rented a house, but the coaches all split time, and we spent some time in the barracks. Mm-hmm. I think our week there was about 50 teams up there, and we finished 16th overall in pool play. And then our only playoff game, it was just a perfect storm, literally. Like, when you're up there, you're in the mountains. So like the storms just come in out of nowhere, and you can see them rolling in, and like you've got only so many minutes to finish. And it was literally hailing on the field in July.
Yeah.
And it was a wild time. And
nice.
I mean, we had a blast.
Sweet, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah. My kid pitched. He went 5 strong.
Nice.
Gave us exactly what we wanted, and I mean, all the kids had.
Kids are good marketers
moments.
with the fundraisers too. They do good work.
They do, banging on the doors and stuff, right?
Dude, Nate. So I contribute to whatever they do, whatever it takes. Just tell I'll give them a couple bucks for each thing.
Yeah.
So the passes the chances were like $5 a pop, right? So they come to the house and I give them a 20, and I say, give me 10 back, and I'll buy 2, but 1 for each. And they go, no, you can get all 4. It's okay. You know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
They do.
It's a no change atmosphere.
They know exactly what's going on.
Right.
It was a blast though. We had another tournament after that in July, and then you have family vacations, and
Just life, man.
Yeah, like leading up to it, a lot of it was all me. I can't blame Rob, but when it came time to, there's an event that's possibly going to be happening, and we were invited to kind of participate, and it was hey, are you guys going to be back in time? And, I reached out to Rob and I said, hey, man, listen, I would love to get back into doing it before we do the event. And, just the feeling from Rob was you could tell he was overwhelmed by just the idea of it. And he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Rob,
I would say no.
it's pretty much what he said in his best Donovan McNabb voice. But he's been doing a lot of training. Rob's been getting into bike riding, and he just did an awesome charity race this past Saturday where they did 75 miles from Philly to Ocean City.
Right. And
he's been raising money for MS, and he's got 2 young kids that, that take up a lot of time as well. He's got twins. I mean, it doesn't get harder than that.
No way.
Then between that and work, I mean, I appreciate everything that Rob did. Anybody that knows me knows that Rob is the ace of my staff. He's my best friend in the world.
Right.
He's my brother. And, doing the show without him is going to definitely be different. And I'm really thankful for all the stuff that he did. I mean, the production and stuff, and he wore so many hats. So,
right. Listen, door's always open. You can come in at any time. He knows that.
He'll definitely come in and visit. And, I'm hoping you'll be able to stop down from time to time and join us. And, the new host is going to be Mike Hanratty. You guys have heard him on our show before. Him and I have great chemistry. We've got a lot of great stories and history that we can tell. And then there's stuff about each other that we don't know. So you're going to hear some awesome stuff from both him and I. And he spent a lot of time in the entertainment kind of side of things. So he's got a ton of great stories that I'm excited to go through. And, we'll still shoot the news like we normally do, the weird news that we talk about, but
Florida,
a lot of Florida.
Everything happens in Florida.
Yeah. Did you ever notice that anytime a story goes down, it's always it's the 3 amigos. It's California, Texas, or Florida.
Yep. Always.
Every single time. I think I might have a Florida story in here.
I'm sure. It's hard not to find one.
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Nothing, man.
It's been like a year since you've been back.
Yeah. Just busy, man. Work.
Yeah.
Work's crazy. The family life, the kid with school, the kids doing everything, soccer, dance. It's just party time. So I have finally grown into the portion of parenthood where your time's not your time. So just every night. And, I've been working probably a little more than I would like to, but it's been worth it.
Yeah.
And, just trying to work hard enough so the bride can stop working. That's the plan.
That's always the plan, right?
Because she wants to stop working.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope my wife says the same thing about me. I hope her whole philosophy on life is I'm trying to work so Steve can stop.
Yeah, she's not.
She's probably not.
I know her well enough. She's never entered her mind.
She watching?
Sorry. I don't know. Whether she is or isn't, it's true.
Yeah.
Whoever's listening knows. So
that's true. We got Jimmy Marcus from Santa Boot First, always a big supporter of our show. You can always check them out here on Crackball Productions. So you can check them out Thursday nights at 8:00. Those are our boys. And then Tom Kelly checking in with us too from the Patterson Fanatics. They're not here yet, but you can check them out on the Edge of Philly network. They're a great show as well and great supporters. And
come on down, Tom. Come on over.
Come on over. Come over to the dark side. Come on over. It's always a great time, like having people within the industry that support just the podcasting in general.
That's what it's about. You need the support.
Yeah,
everybody
absolutely.
needs to promote one another, help each other out.
Yeah.
We're all doing it for different reasons.
Yeah.
But it's great to have the support from everybody.
Absolutely. And it feels weird being back. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous all day.
Yeah.
Kind of like, hey, like it's like riding a bike, kind of like when we get back in there. And
here we are.
I was like, should I plot out a show? And I'm like, I never really plotted out a show before. You kind of shoot from the hip.
No way. Not for this.
Yeah. So I had a cool moment yesterday. I had to take my kids. We're in football season now. So our team isn't very good, but they fight every week is probably the best I can say.
Yeah.
My kid got absolutely murdered. He plays quarterback, got absolutely smoked. Kid came straight through the line and just absolutely crushed him from like the middle linebacker spot. And he came off to the side, and I was like, bro, you all right? And he's like, I'm good. And he got right back up, no problem. And I went, you got absolutely smoked. I was like, why didn't you roll out? He goes, I didn't even see him.
It was like Mills on Thursday night.
Yeah.
When his helmet went halfway up his face, and they were like, ooh, that was it.
Yeah, didn't even see him. But football, this is our first experience doing tackle football this year, and it's definitely been interesting. I mean, my boys are way tougher than I thought they were going to be, taking a lot of hits, and their team is growing and learning, but it's been an awesome experience, and that's been taking up my time. It's why I didn't come back in early August, because anybody who's a football dad knows August is training camp. It's 4 nights a week, and scrimmages on the weekend. It's a lot going on, and so we're back. We'll be back every Monday night, 7 p.m., and I'm excited. So let's get into some stuff.
I love it. Let's go.
All right. So today, obviously, we don't really talk that much sports on here, but it's always big, and we always talk about Eagles Dallas week.
Yes.
So you're a Giants fan. You get to sit off on the side and kind of watch this go down.
In a bed.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's jump off a bridge.
It's tough.
It's bad.
So having you here, one thing that I always love to get into is the betting side of it.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think I told you about the DraftKings guy. Did you see the DraftKings guy, Nate?
What, the guy with the 16 bet parlay?
Yeah, there was 2 different guys.
Yeah, for $25.
Yeah, so there's the one with $25, and then there's another one where the guy bet $2,100 on a parlay.
Right.
Did I tell you about this?
Yeah, I know about this. Yeah.
So I'll tell you, Nate, and you tell me your thoughts. So the guy with the $25 bet, I think it was a 16-team parlay, and it was a free bet. So the dude hits 15 out of 16 or whatever, however many games it was.
Right.
He's on the last leg, and it's the Monday night game. It's Detroit versus
Packers. Lions.
And this dude has Detroit.
He's got the Lions. He's got the Lions.
So the $25 bet would pay him out like $150,000.
No, I think it was more than that.
It was more.
It was like
that's what the offer was.
That's what the cash out was.
We're talking about 2 different things. So the guy, because it was a free bet, he didn't get the cash out offer.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a free bet, he can't do anything.
Right.
The other one, the one you're talking about, is the one that I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
So this dude gets, so that guy couldn't cash out. He just had to watch it hard.
Oh,
but here's the cool thing. I believe his was through MGM, and MGM did the right thing.
They gave him some money.
They gave him $133,000.
Really?
That's what the cash out amount would have been
if it wasn't a free bet. And because he hit 15 out of 16, they sent it as site credit though. Probably he got to keep playing it.
Yeah, it's going to take him forever to work.
He's not cashing that out. Yeah. They're like, keep playing, my friend.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool that they gave him $133,000. Like, you go from like living high. Can you imagine spending that entire day going, "Why the fuck did I pick?
Yeah, why do I have the Lions?"
It was a good call. It was a good call.
But here's the thing: he doesn't get the odds that he gets unless he takes the Lions.
True.
Yeah,
they're probably significantly less because the Lions were a dog.
I don't know, dude. You hit 16 out of 16. I don't care if you take all the favorites.
True.
Yeah,
still 16 games.
Vegas. The fact that they put that bet in, Vegas is going to clean up so much because every week there's going to be 1,000, maybe even 1 million people putting in $25 6-team parlays. They're going to clean up. It's insane for somebody to hit that. It's rare, super rare.
Yeah,
doesn't happen.
What's the most you ever hit? What's the biggest leg you ever did?
Parlay?
Yeah,
like $5,000.
$5,000? No.
How many games?
How many games?
I thought you meant how many in one. I think most I've ever hit was 6. I don't like parlays. I don't do parlays.
What's the most you ever hit?
I don't really, me, dude.
This past weekend I hit 10 out of 12.
So I got a friend that hit for $16,000 last year.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it was he did, I believe it was 6 players and it was all receptions.
Oh wow.
All reception bets.
It was a prop bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The prop bets are awesome, live in-game stuff.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, Sandy's checking in from Lady Juice. If you haven't checked out Lady Juice, you should. They're every Tuesday night, right, Nate? 8 o'clock?
Every other Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday. Don't watch it with your children.
Don't watch it with your children.
I am a huge fan of Sandy's no-nonsense, unfiltered, I don't give an F attitude. I really, really am, and I mean that.
I did tune in once. I had it on low, and I had the captions on. I went, "Whoop! I gotta have this on low." So good idea.
If I'm just gonna keep it raw and keep it honest. If you are a middle class and under white family, this show is great.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But if you're black,
did you say
Spanish,
white family?
If you're black, Spanish, Jewish, do not watch this show.
Stay away. Stay far away.
Do not watch. If you're
Nate
gay,
has
do not watch this show because you will more likely get. We have to put a disclaimer for them.
Yeah,
Because they're
Nate
crazy.
as a darker skinned black guy, he blushes like sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's dude. But
They're
I
hilarious,
love they are, and I love like their unfiltered. That's the best way to describe it because they give no f's whatsoever.
Nice.
And it's always a good time. But so getting back into this DraftKings bet. So this guy puts in a bet. It's like $2,100. I think was the total amount that he bet.
Right.
And it was like a 16 leg, I think. And he hits all the Sunday games. Same situation as Detroit and Green Bay. But this guy gets a cash out option. So the first cash out option they offer him is like $170,000. And Detroit is up 7-0 in this game. Turns it down.
Right.
$170,000. I'd have taken that money and I'd have put a little bit more on you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, the guy's got to have silly money to.
But my man decides to let it ride.
He's feeling good, I guess.
And he's like putting this on his Instagram story so everybody can watch along with him.
Yeah,
So
sure.
if you're invested, you're disgusted at this point that he just turned down $170,000.
I don't even want to watch anymore.
So they go up at halftime. They're up what? 14-7?
I think they were up 17-14 at
Yeah,
the
they were
half.
winning in half.
They're winning at the half.
Yeah.
So the bet goes up. The cash out offer goes up to like 225. If he hits the whole bet, he wins 360.
Yeah.
He turns it down. He says, you gotta play to win.
Great,
And
man.
then they offered him an even higher one. It was like 275-ish or 275, 280-ish. Still turns it down. And then Green Bay scores like 3 touchdowns or something. And
You know what? For him, it was all about not about the money. It's about being right. That's why he didn't turn it. That's why he turned it down. He wanted to be right.
yeah, you can't do
There's
that
people
when
out
you're
there
betting.
like that.
Yeah, you can't do that when you're betting.
I was listening to one today that a guy he hit 9 out of 10 this weekend. He
Yeah.
has, I don't know if you heard it or not, but he's got Dallas tonight.
Mm-mm.
And they offered him a cash out, a $5 bet. He'll win 3,200 if Dallas covers, and they offered him a cash out of 1,300. He's taking the cash out.
You should take the cash out.
He's like, I'm gonna take the cash out and put a couple bucks on Dallas, maybe.
Yeah. Just take the money, at least take what you had, and then you got to hedge. See, this is what
I'm a hedger.
I don't think enough bettors. And Nate, are you a hedger?
Absolutely. I parlayed a hedge.
Yeah, like not enough people do that. They just look at it and they go, this is a lottery ticket to me.
I spend more time trying to figure out the hedge when I put the initial bet in.
Yeah. The percentage of like bettors that look at it like a Powerball ticket.
Yeah, no.
And it's like, hey, whatever the outcome is with the outcome. And it's like, well, no, you're doing this to make money.
If I came out the end of the week with more money than I went into, it was a good week. I don't care how much it was.
Yeah.
It's a great week.
Yeah. Then you're going into it next week and you're already reloaded.
We won.
Yeah.
So
But that was wild to me. What are some of the bets that you've seen that you're like,
I mean, I don't go crazy anymore. I used to go crazy before I had the house, but you fall into that Monday night trap, and it's more the get back than anything.
yeah,
You're not even winning.
these kids today don't know what it was like.
You're
that Monday
breaking
night
even.
game. Yeah.
It's
Did you ever bet with a bookie, Nate?
Of course.
It's
So,
a lot
like-
harder to deal with that than it is online right now when
Oh,
the money's
hell yeah,
there.
dude.
The problem
Dude,
is
when
the
you
credit.
can bet, when you can bet that imaginary amount, and then it's
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to keep chasing. I'm going to chase the 1 o'clock games. I'm chasing at 4 o'clock. I'm chasing at,
Look at
at
March
Sunday night.
Madness.
Oh yeah.
We know a guy.
Yeah, we know a guy just kept balling it. So I know a guy who lost and it just kept doubling until he was down like 12 grand.
Yeah.
And never heard from the guy again. And
When you got to go meet up with somebody every week,
Mhm.
it's a lot more painful than when the money's already in the account and it's just gone because it's
Yeah,
all you had. You
absolutely.
don't know anybody at 4 o'clock.
Absolutely.
So these sites are the best thing ever.
Yeah, because it's cash up front.
I mean, it killed the bookies, but still people use them.
For sure. Because
True.
they like the credit.
Yeah, if you want to, especially if you want to get, you're going to get things with a bookie that you're not going to get through the sites. Like one of the things that frustrates me is when the line's moving too much, they'll lock the game out.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I want to bet on this. I saw what the odds were. You let me, and then before I can put my cash in, like,
Yeah,
no
you can
bueno.
never in-game before. Like in-game betting is a dream.
It's amazing.
Why would you ever bet a game before it starts? Wait a few series and see how it's going.
Absolutely.
Because if you got a big favorite, 10-point favorite, and they're playing like dog shit from jump.
I love it when you see a team that was getting points.
Yeah.
And they go up like 7, 14 points.
You get the favorite like -1.
Or you get the favorite now plus money.
Yeah. But that's dangerous because if that team's
Absolutely.
doing that bad, they're just having a bad day.
True, but take a game like yesterday where you had Arizona and Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville goes up 14-7.
Yeah.
Arizona was probably favored by a touchdown in that game, Nate.
Probably. Oh, yeah, in the game. I was going to say they might have been still favored by a touchdown live betting, too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but
Yeah.
you're probably getting much better odds than before the game started because
Sure.
they're losing by 7.
Sure.
And then it changes and you throw that in with something else.
Yeah.
To make some money. Let's get into some news stories. Little welcome back news.
Hit me.
I got some good stuff tonight too. So sometimes I just pick them just because I like the I like the headline. I don't even really care what the story is. So this was just a quick one.
Make up our own story after the headline.
So I'm a dad. Dad jokes are the best. Perthshire scientists' premature ejaculation treatment can't come quickly enough. I don't even care what the rest of the
You don't
article
care
is.
about the
That's a solid headline.
That's all you wanted.
That's all I wanted out of it.
What's the story about, Steve? I don't know.
No care. Something about some dude that invented that early investor into Viagra has something that he's working on that's going to help you not fire off so quick. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes that's a benefit of being a guy.
Firing off quick?
Absolutely. I didn't want to be here to begin with. Everybody in here just went, yeah, he's right.
Talking about your wives.
Yeah, you better,
No, not with my wife. We're talking before.
better hope no one's watching.
It's 2:30. You're already 30 minutes past last call, and like there's only one girl left. Your place or mine. What about my needs? Well, I don't care about your needs.
Right. I got to get up in 3 hours for work.
Yeah. That's the way I look at it. Sometimes firing off is good. Here's a quick one.
Hashtag it.
Fire off fast. Eminem, the rapper.
Yeah. I know him. Thanks.
Yeah,
I know who he is.
Marshall, Mr. Mathers. So you've heard the song "Lose Yourself." His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
He's getting into the restaurant business.
Oh yeah.
Mom spaghetti.
Nice.
It's going to be in Detroit, right across from Comerica Park.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Can't
so
lose.
He's done this before.
I mean, he can lose, but who cares?
So it got me thinking about like other songs where they mention stuff. Like
Yeah.
The one that came to mind immediately was Billy Joel, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
Yeah.
I kind of want Billy Joel to own an Italian restaurant.
Bottle of red, bottle of white.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mom Spaghetti opening up in Comerica Park.
It's gonna
across from it.
be. You gonna be Italian? Be awesome if it wasn't.
Yeah, it's Chinese.
Yeah.
No. It's basically a spaghetti joint. But they have something that's kind of interesting. They're going to serve spaghetti and meatballs, spaghetti, meatballs, spaghetti with meatballs, no meatballs, or the sketty sandwich.
Yeah. What's that?
You've never been broke before, apparently. That you've had to have a spaghetti sandwich?
No, never.
Nate?
No.
You never had a spaghetti sandwich?
What's the spaghetti? Please don't tell me you're putting spaghetti on white bread.
Yeah, with a little bit of butter.
I've never done it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's hood shit, dude. Like,
Well,
it must have been nice growing up in the suburbs.
yeah,
TY.
right. Yeah. Parkwood was good to me.
It sounds like it.
Sorry, Frankfurt.
It sounds like it.
You know,
No cheese.
we use rye instead of white.
Yeah. Pumpernickel.
That rye bread sticks to the roof of your mouth. I can't stand it.
Pumpernickel on the sketty sandwich.
I don't know, dude. That doesn't sound real good.
But
You ever heard mayonnaise sandwiches?
Yeah.
I have heard that.
that's a wish sandwich, right?
Yep.
You ever have a wish sandwich? Do
Ooh. I can't stand mayonnaise.
you know what a
I'm
wish
not
sandwich
mayonnaise
is?
fan. I'm not a mayonnaise fan either.
What's a wish sandwich?
I wish there was something in this bread.
Ooh. I can't stand the noise mayonnaise makes.
Ooh.
Creeps me out. Stick a knife in your mayonnaise container when you get home. And just
The jar?
listen. And just listen. The jar. Yeah.
When it taps the jar?
No, just
Think-
squish it
Just the
around.
squish.
Squish it around, dude. It's nasty, man.
You know what it sounds
I
like?
know exactly what it sounds like. That's why I'm going there, dude.
Remember I said that situation that happens at 2:30?
Yeah.
Sounds like mac and cheese.
It's exactly what it sounds like. Like I just stuck my bird in some mayonnaise. Creeps me out.
Oh man,
This took a turn for
that's
a
an amazing sound. What are you talking about? Creeps you out.
mac and cheese, right?
I literally can't put mayo in anything.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like now that I'm going to refer to having sex as sticking my knife in the mayonnaise jar, jiggling it around.
There's two things that give me creepy sounds: mayo and egg salad, man, and they're kind of on the same level.
They are. Yeah, I'm not an egg salad fan.
I don't like the food, but the sound doesn't bother me.
I just can't do it because of the sound.
Oh man,
That's funny.
I've heard it live a bunch of times. It usually means you're doing it right. You don't want it to sound like sandpaper, like you're sanding floors.
Whole time I'm thinking mayo. That's it for me, man. Sorry.
I know you're not a big tech guy, but
What's a computer?
yeah, you're not a big tech guy, but you know, like apps, like you know, Pokemon Go is.
Yeah.
So pretty much, if you attach Pokemon to anything, like they found this way to make like limited edition shit and make it like super duper rare.
Okay.
And it becomes harder to find, which automatically creates this false market for something that's not. It's junk. It's a piece of plastic, or it's It's not like collecting cards. The kids are stupid, I think.
Right. This is a whole Pokemon is when people go places, right? And they try to find or meet whatever.
You used to see them in the parking lot at work.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you guys all doing here? Looking for Pokemon. Like, all right, you're 35. You go to work. It's 1:00 in the afternoon.
And it's a fictitious Pokemon, right? Like
you have it on your phone.
Can you find him ultimately? Is he ever found?
There's more than one. That's the thing. They're like baseball cards, but
I know, but it's someone like, I got them. I found them.
Yeah.
Game's over. Start a new game.
No, it just continues on.
It's weird, man.
So what I'm referring to now is that when they make rare ones, if you find one, not in the game, I'm saying like if it's a rare card, instant value automatically.
Right.
And they know that they're creating a market and they're creating that lottery, that Willy Wonka golden ticket.
Yeah.
So rare Pokemon Oreos are selling for thousands of dollars on eBay.
Really?
So they have their Oreos, but stamped on it is different characters.
Right.
And most of them are commons. They're your Pikachu's, which everybody knows. He's the
He's a yellow cat. He's the only one I know.
Charizard, Charmander. They're the dinosaur looking ones, but they have this thing. It's called, there's an extremely rare Pokemon called the Mythical Mew, MEW. And with rare Pokemon, it's a hot commodity. So these dudes are selling, swear to God, it's going from anywhere from $50,000 to $10,000 up to $100,000
for Oreos.
For a fucking cookie.
And they're never going to eat it.
No, you're going to save it. Like, I don't even know what you put
What
it in.
do you do with it?
I don't know.
Put it in a trophy case?
Do they have like Oreo? Like, you know how you used to put your baseball cards in the plastic container?
Yeah. Like a
the
sleeve.
hardback? Yeah, sleeve. Like, do you have those for an Oreo?
I don't know.
It's the most ridiculous shit ever. Like,
listen, someone's making millions off of it.
But like, there's got to be a black market for this too. Because as soon as you get an idea of what it looks like, somebody's trying to figure out how to make a stamp like it.
Right, which is probably very easy to do.
And they're using the Hydrox. Remember the old the off Oreo?
No,
you had money.
I had money, dude. I got real Oreos. Listen, I'm gonna let you know a little secret. I never bought anything that wasn't name brand.
Okay.
Growing up, all right. Say whatever you want about me.
Okay.
And Beth will tell you this. She maybe already has.
Okay.
But when we got married, she went to Superfresh, which was by the house, which isn't there anymore.
Okay. And
came home with all these store brand like food.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally looked at it. I was like, don't ever do that again. Like, what is this? Like, where's the craft? Where's where's the high? What is this stuff?
Right.
She was like, it was on sale. I'm like, on sale? I was like, nah, we don't do this anymore.
Do you remember those, Nate? The Hydrox?
Hydrox.
So they were called Hydrox. They were like Oreo cookies, but
no,
the name of the company was called Hydrox. Interesting fun fact for you folks at home. Oreo actually stole the idea for Oreos from Hydrox. So growing up, we always thought the Hydrox were the knockoff. Oreo's actually the knockoff.
Did you see that on like Food That Built America?
Fucking right, I did.
Of course. Look at him bringing his History Channel knowledge to the world.
Only thing I've seen like knockoffs is like the hood store brands, like from like ShopRite. Like, you know, like they don't even call it cookies and cream. It's just like white and black cookies.
When I was a kid, my mom used to buy, and this wasn't just because we were broke, it's because we actually liked them better. The beefaroni. So it would actually come in a white can and it said macaroni and beef. So like still to this day, like I'll tell Desiree, get a couple cans of macaroni and beef for me for lunch. The fuck is that?
Instead of like Chef Boyardee, right?
Instead of beefaroni.
Yeah, I
and
wasn't
it
a
would be
fan.
it would be raviolis, but it would literally came in a white can with like one stripe around the top, and it said no frills on it, which I thought no frills was a brand. I didn't realize it just meant like it's the store.
You had so much of it in your house.
But so what the stores actually did to get smart was they didn't want people feeling self-conscious because everything in the store said no frills. If it was store brand, it was no frills.
Yeah.
Or it said like President's Club or some shit like that. But then they got wise to it and they went, people aren't going to buy this because it feels cheap. It looks cheap, even though it is cheap.
Right.
So we'll give it a store name. Like, what's the store name for Giant? Doesn't Giant have its own brand?
Yeah, but I don't know what it is.
It's
Like
a Giant brand.
members mark.
Members Mark. So
Would-
they give it a fancy name. So
Yeah.
that way you think that you're getting,
Right.
even if you're not, like when your friends come over to the house, you're not like, you poor bastard.
Right. Like Sam's puts members mark on everything.
Correct.
You're a member of
Right.
Sam's, so you
Right.
feel like you're getting a deal.
But will you buy the Members Mark?
A bulk's a different story. That's legal.
It's the same thing though. They just
It's
change
like
the name.
paper towels.
They fold
dude.
you.
I'm not eating it.
They fooled you.
And it's water. Water, who cares? It's water.
So they fooled you.
No, they didn't fool
They
anything.
tricked you into like we put a name on it, so it's
Listen,
not now. It's not
growing
name
up,
brand.
it wasn't my money. It's my parents' money.
Right.
All right. Then, once it became mine, maybe I came over to the other side a little bit. Now I'm okay with it.
Now it's
Becoming the
I'm telling
economic savant that I am.
You are a savant.
I am.
I'll give you credit for that.
Thank you.
But yeah, we used to do the no.
How long have we known each other?
Now?
How long have we known each other? 6 years, maybe?
5.
That might be the first time you've ever given me credit.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
I never say it to your face. I give you credit all the time behind your back.
Nice to hear.
I don't want you to take advantage of me. So if I say anything nice to you, automatically it's going to be like, all right, I got this guy now.
Yeah, I know.
For the first year that you lived down the street from me, we never even talked. I never even glanced your way. I thought the woman lived by herself.
I know.
I thought your wife was a single lady just doing her own thing.
She wishes. To this day, she wishes.
And then my kids were nice to
And then you had nice kids. That's the only reason I talked to you.
That's true.
Keep that in mind. It wasn't you. It was them.
I know it was them. You told
Now
me it was them.
now they don't want anything to do with me.
Unless they're trying to
Yeah.
raise money for their
Unless
for
they
their
need,
sports.
right, which is fine. I'm just going to Venmo them like a couple hundred at the beginning of every year and say, disperse it as you want.
Yeah, they hit up Uncle Joe Blaze, who's been on the show before. They hit him up pretty often as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, whenever I call him, he goes, which one of your kids am I paying for now?
Listen, I don't care. It's good. It helps them out.
Yeah. That's what it's about.
I've put money in worse spots. That's a whole other show.
Nate, do you have a way to disguise somebody's voice?
It'll take a lot of time.
That's all you need to know.
I want to bring in a friend of mine. His name is Yam Tung, and he's got some great stories, but we need to protect the innocent.
We love story time.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He's no Leave Cybrand. Now, did you hear the Oakford closed down permanently? He tore the whole fucking thing down?
What is that, a motel?
The Oakford?
Yeah.
Scruples?
Oh yeah. I've heard of it.
You're familiar?
I did not know it closed.
They tore the building down.
Really? Did it get hit by the tornado?
No. For those of you that
They always
are-
had UFC fight. They always show the UFC fights there.
Bro, they served lunch.
Well,
They had a
that's-
lunch buffet.
The chicken's banging.
It was all right. Don't get the fish.
Don't get the egg salad with mayo. Bad for you.
It was always the girls that were not very well put together.
On the lunchtime?
The day
Okay.
shift was the worst shift, but they worked so much harder. Like you would leave, you would give them change instead. Give me 50 cents back. Here's $1. I want 50. They danced naked, but they had a coin purse on the side. Ching, ching, ching. Give me 50 cents back.
The dispenser.
Yeah, the coin dispenser. They work harder. It's the minor league of strippers.
Uh-huh.
Single A ball.
I get it. I know what you mean.
Heinz ketchup.
Yeah.
So I'm a big ketchup guy. Ketchup on everything.
Okay.
It's
It's bad for you.
a lot of sugar.
Very fattening.
It's the sugar. So when I first became a diabetic, I didn't realize how much sugar. So I was cutting back on like sugar intake periods. So like I use like Splenda or whatever. I'll drink shit that doesn't have real sugar.
Right.
So whenever I eat something now that has real sugar in it, oh my God, like spaghetti sauces,
Mhm.
like that's all I taste. But like certain times with ketchup, I can tell my sugar's high because like I taste every grain of sugar in ketchup. It's
Okay.
so sweet. But at any rate, they came out with a new invention. It's one of those things where I guess if you're bougie, you'll carry this around with you, but
Boy.
it's one of those where you look at it and you go, who the fuck is using this and why do you need it? It goes on your keychain. And basically it is for ketchup packets like that you get at like fast food joints.
Yeah.
So you'll slide it through one end and it's meant to get every last drop out. Like it squeezes the ketchup out of the packet for you.
Yeah.
So like it has a little thing on there where you can nick it open, cut the top off of it, and then you slide it through this ketchup dispenser looking thing and it squeezes every last drop out.
Beth would love that.
So here's my thing with it. Like
He hates when it's a little bit left in the bottle.
In the bottle.
Yeah.
This isn't for that. This is for the ketchup packet.
But it's a concept.
Where you got it for free. And like, honestly, like, are you that upset if you didn't get the last? Just get another ketchup pack.
I mean, that's what I do.
Like, I overuse. I throw out more ketchup packets than I use. Just because I feel like it's my right when I go to the fast food place, give me ketchup and give me extra.
Then you throw them out?
If I don't use them, what am I going to do? Give them back here? I didn't use these? Give them to somebody else?
Well, don't take so many. You know how many you're going to need.
I don't. I never know.
What do you mean? How do you not
I
know?
never know. Sometimes I dip heavy. Sometimes I dip light.
Well, how many do you put on your burger? 2?
2.
Okay. And then it's just fries otherwise.
7 or 8 for the fries.
Oh my God.
Like I said, sometimes I dip heavy. Sometimes I dip light. Sometimes I'm a double dipper.
That's bad.
Why is it bad?
That's a lot of ketchup. I'm just saying.
Maybe I've never been using the whole packet, and that's the thing.
It would only be 4 if you use the pack. If you got that
If
dispenser.
I got the dispenser.
Well, no.
It seems pretty useless to me.
Christmas is coming.
A little stocking stuffer.
If anybody has any last minute ideas.
Real quick sports one. Do you know who Dan Carlson is? Daniel Carlson?
Yeah, kicker.
Yeah.
Raiders.
So I thought that this was illegal, and I'm surprised that he's not getting fined for this.
What
Are
do you do?
NFL players that are active players allowed to do fantasy football leagues?
Yeah.
Like if it's not for like charity or anything like that, like they're allowed to do like because I thought that was gambling and that's a no-go.
Kicked
anymore.
against himself.
Yeah.
I heard this.
So did you hear this, Nate?
Nope.
So Daniel Carlson, the kicker for the Raiders, lost his fantasy football match this week against his friends because of his own performance against the Steelers. Somebody else in his league drafted him
And played him against
and
him.
then played him against him.
He
And-
probably was cracking up.
Yeah, he afterwards he said I had a great game, but I lost my fantasy league because I performed so well. But I thought that was like a big no-no.
No, they can do that.
As long as it's not for money.
Right. It could be just a friends league, you know.
That's what he actually referred to it as, like my friend league. But there's cash.
Of course.
There's something.
Why else would you do it?
I don't know.
Can you imagine that? Like if playing against yourself there, like.
Mhm.
And I guess your contract is probably worth more. Like with a kicker, it's probably more severe. Like if he goes out there and misses 4 field goals, he probably gets fired.
He's going to get cut.
Right.
But he
like,
could
if you're
go
a
and
quarterback-
say, but he could go and say any other player cost the game that week.
right.
He's just being tongue in cheek with it, having fun.
But like if you're a quarterback and somebody else, like first off, if you're a quarterback and you're in a fantasy league, you have to draft yourself in the first round, right?
Look at Maurice Jones-Drew, not a quarterback, but always drafted himself in the first round, no matter what.
You have to, right?
Well, sure. Why wouldn't
Not
you?
just because of your own ego, because you don't want somebody else drafting you.
I think
Daniel
it's an
Jones.
ego thing.
Because
Dan-
I don't want to have to play against myself.
Daniel Jones did not draft himself in the first round.
He knows that he's going to be around in the 15th, though.
You can get him on waivers. He knows he can pick himself up at any point.
He's going to bid $1 on himself.
God almighty.
But like, you have to be the one that gets like. If you don't, you're over trading for yourself, right?
Listen, or if something weird happens at the end of the game, he has himself.
Do you think like if you drafted like let's say I'm Tom Brady, and you go out there yesterday and you lose to Matt Stafford, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, Stafford! I have you on my fantasy team. I started you this week."
He busted up Dean's knee to make the third string corner go in, so Cooper Kupp could have a party.
A couple more here. So, man found asleep in pile of chicken fingers and meth in Pleasant Grove days after getting out of jail. It's actually a funny story.
Where's Pleasant Grove?
Alabama,
Right next door.
Floribama. It's right on the coast. Hours after getting out of jail, a man reportedly stole a car in Hueytown.
That's the best part of the story.
Yeah. Days later, he broke into a concession stand at the Pleasant Grove Athletic Complex and was found asleep in a pile of snacks and meth.
Nice.
Idiots. Matthew Williamson was released from Jefferson County Jail after being arrested and charged with breaking into a car and stealing property earlier that day. Pleasant Grove Department of Public Safety reports that less than 2 hours after his release, Williamson went to Hueytown and stole a car.
That's just the urge. And where did he get the meth so fast?
He's got a plug.
Yes.
Listen, if you're the kind of guy who does meth,
You got a guy.
you got a guy.
It's like on speed dial.
Absolutely. If you
And-
don't, you got a guy who's got a guy.
Right.
I just think it's funny. Like, that's what you decide to do. Like, instead of just like, I'm going to get high and go dancing.
He wanted chicken fingers.
I'm going to get chicken fingers and I'm going to break into this place and then just cook up a bunch of shit and fall asleep.
I had a bunch of ketchup packets on him too.
Probably did. Half of them were unused.
Maybe he was using that new thing.
Yeah. I had to try it out. Jail for former Irish Paralympic athlete who superglued himself to the roof of a plane. There's some protests. The look on your face is excellent.
Dude, how'd he do that? He had to have help,
So,
right?
yeah.
There's an
Wait,
accomplice.
wait. Why do you say he had to have help?
What do you mean? Why?
So, I'm going to read the headline again and you tell me.
Right. You said
Jail for former Irish Paralympic athlete who superglued himself to the roof of a plane.
right. Paralympic.
So what do you think para means?
Hold on. Wait a second. This might go the wrong direction. Wait.
I'm just doing this for my own joy now.
Wait. No.
Because your immediate reaction to that was, oh shit, he needed help doing that. How did he get up there? Because
Right.
automatically
How did he get up there?
You're thinking that
Not that he's paralyzed
he's got no legs
or arms.
or arms.
I'm not sure which.
How the hell is he an athlete then?
He's in the Paralympics.
He is a Paralympic
Well, I'm just saying if he don't
athlete.
got no legs or no arms.
It's like wheelchair
Where's the
wheelchair
basketball.
Sure.
No arms.
So
Yeah,
immediately
right,
when
no
I
arms.
said to you and probably Nate now too that I'm suspecting, soon as you heard Paralympic, you automatically assumed no legs,
No something.
no something.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
As opposed to paralyzed.
no,
I thought
he has all four legs or all.
All four legs.
He's
Now
got
that
all
explains it.
He's got all four limbs. He's got both of his arms and both of his legs.
So what's wrong with him?
So he's blind. He's a runner.
How's he know when to stop?
He's got a guide.
so. Who's
So
faster?
those runners who are blind that go running,
Yeah.
they have somebody that runs with them.
Oh. You got to find someone that's just as fast as you.
Exactly.
That's what I said.
That's problematic. Right?
Very.
Keep going. Why's your voice getting softer? 'Cause I can't keep up. So wait, how
He's
did
a
he?
double gold medalist.
So how did he do this?
How
How did he know he was taping himself to the ceiling?
Actually, this is even worse. He's not a runner. He's a cyclist.
Ooh, that's more dangerous.
More dangerous. So he was actually on the aircraft for an hour before he was removed. He superglued his arm to the plane, and it was during a protest because they're protesting climate change.
Okay.
So he said, I had to do something grand in order to get everybody's attention. So this is the only way that I could figure it out. I superglued myself to the roof of the plane, and then he wrapped himself up in like a sleeping bag. So he's just laying on top of this plane where they're trying to coax him down. They don't mess around over in England.
So hold on. He's on the outside of the plane.
Yeah. What you think
He got a
you
sleeping
thought the
bag.
I thought he was on the inside on the roof.
This is like the most misleading headline ever.
I've gone so many different directions on this. I thought he's inside the plane, and like the stewardess is like, "Sorry, you have to take your seat. I'm super glued to the roof. I can't."
How did he get up there?
How did he get up
How did
there?
he get up there?
Now it makes sense, right?
It's a great idea to use a sleeping bag.
Because it's cold up there.
Exactly. Great idea.
Yeah. So he's up on top of the plane in a sleeping bag with his arms super glued to the side. Now he's blind. He can't see. He figured it out though.
He had to have help.
No, he used because it's still at the gate. So he used like the online boarding. So like, it's not like an international where.
He can't see to get up on top of the plane, dude.
Bro.
One misstep. Dude.
You ever
You're
see The
going-
Ringer?
Huh?
You ever see the movie The Ringer?
I don't think so,
This guy's probably very, very high functioning. He's probably legally blind,
but not
He's-
really blind.
but not all the way blind.
All right,
He's blind adjacent,
I got you.
I guess.
All right.
They don't fuck around over there. So how much do you think they charged him
He probably got fined like 10 grand.
More.
Really?
So prosecutors says he caused disruption to more than 300 British Airways passengers, costing the airline 40,000 pounds.
What's that equivalent to?
Probably 20 grand or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't know what the exact
Conversion ratio?
what the exact conversion rate is, but I think it's like half of ours.
I wish you would show me that picture while you were telling the story.
Absolutely not. I don't get the reaction that I got. Because I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw Paralympic, I thought the same exact thing. I thought we're missing. It says Paralympic athlete who superglued himself to the roof. And ironically, I thought it was the inside of the plane as well. And I thought it was like a gag, like he was doing it for like clout or whatever. No, it was the actual top of the plane.
He's taking a stand.
Ish.
I had him inside the plane.
North Carolina family finds unknown woman in the casket they bought wearing their mother's clothes.
Alive or dead?
No, she was dead. So North Carolina Funeral Home said it has reached out to apologize to two sisters who went to view their mother's body. Instead found another woman wearing her clothes inside the casket. Jennifer Taylor and Janetta Archer had gone to see their mother's body at a Hosky Funeral Home on September 7th when they discovered a mistake. Archer said there was no resemblance between the woman and their mother who was in the casket. She said the unidentified woman was swimming in the clothes because she was so small compared to my mother. The sisters approached the workers at Hunter's Funeral Home. This is my favorite part. Who first denied the woman was someone else.
Really?
Until they went back into the embalming room and saw the body of Mary Archer. The funeral home switched bodies and the service continued. So in the beginning, I didn't realize that this actually happened during the viewing.
So they probably went in early. Like, you know how family goes in first?
Yes.
And then they were like, we got a problem.
But like, how would you like to be the person that goes, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a pain, but that's not my mom in the casket. No, it definitely is.
More importantly, the guy's saying back to you, no, you're wrong. That's your mom.
So what happens is in the embalming process, they lose a little bit of fluids, and that's why she looks thinner. Like, no, that's not my motherfucking mom.
Yeah, that's bad.
Like, to deny it, like immediately you go check the casket, like, oh shit.
Yeah, wasn't me.
Yeah,
it's David.
Yeah.
He did it.
I wonder how long that argument went on.
In North Carolina, probably long.
Well, you know the two women didn't go nicely.
Of course not.
Would you?
No. But like immediately, your first reaction isn't, I'm going to try to bullshit my way through this.
Yeah, that's like, no, that's your mom. Yeah, we're sure.
Yeah, we're positive.
I'm literally calling Action News immediately. Like, you need to get down here because I got a story for you.
Do you think the guy would do you think he leaned on like whatever experience he has? Like, do you think his first line was, I've been doing this for 30 years and I assure you that's your mom? Like, he leaned on his expertise. Like, you need to trust me. I've been doing this for a while. And they're like, motherfucker, I've known her for 40 years.
Right.
I know what my mom looks like.
I'm going to tell you something. It may not look like her, but it is. That's what we do here.
Yeah. She's beautiful, right?
She looks great.
She looks amazing.
I want to ask you a question. Does she look better or worse than your mom? Better. That's what we do. That's what we do.
You think it could have been the outfit you guys chose?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's throwing you off?
That's bad, man.
That's real bad.
That place won't get a whole lot of referrals.
They're getting a negative Yelp review.
That is funny.
I got two more. Which one I want to do first? I'm going to save this last one. So, British woman gives birth to miracle e-baby after buying sperm online. Now, this fucked me up for a lot of reasons. One, what type of person is just selling their juice on eBay? How much do you charge for that, do you think?
Right. Yeah. Prices went up.
Like, do you think there's a buy now?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to bid on this, it's going to be $1,000. But if you want to hit that buy now, smash the buy now button, $800.
So let me ask you this. You put a picture of yourself up there so they know what you look like? Or do you put a picture of someone else so they think that's what you look like?
Catfish.
Ooh, you're going to catfish the sperm sale?
Yeah. Like, I mean, you know.
Who do you go with? Do you go with, it's got to be somebody like.
I need an athlete or an actor.
Somebody that's athletic, right?
Yeah, I would have to.
So is it good when you're picking out this picture of whoever you want to pretend to be? Is it like is it everything that you want to be?
Probably.
Like, yeah, like he's going to have long flowing hair, jacked six pack.
Well, yeah.
So basically, dating. You're dating this guy.
I'm dating this guy creepily.
I don't know. So
because you're going to get more money, right? Like, let's use Tom Brady just as an example.
I mean, if I use myself, you're right. I can't value it as much as if I'm using Tom Brady.
You better hope someone hits buy now. If it's you, if it's your picture up there.
You got a Groupon?
This thing sale ends in 24 hours. How come I don't have any bids yet? Let me switch the picture out.
That's right.
And see what happens.
You got 3 watching.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That's what you got to do.
I like it.
I'm asking them, wouldn't you? Got to throw a picture up there.
Yeah. And you're right. Probably, or you just leave it blank. The anonymity of it all.
Ooh, I don't know. That's gutsy.
Well, first off, you're not going to put a picture of yourself up there because you don't want to be known as the guy who's selling the sperm. Because if you are, you're not the kind of guy whose picture you want up there anyway.
Why?
Why what?
Well, why aren't you? He's a capitalist. He's trying to get some cash.
Oh, I don't want that kid coming back to me.
As opposed to going to a sperm bank
I don't
and
want that kid. I don't want that kid coming back to me.
Oh, he ain't coming back.
And we haven't even gotten into her yet.
All right, go ahead.
Like that's a whole other argument. But so your immediate thoughts are: do you put a picture of yourself?
That's my thought right away.
Wow.
I don't.
But you would sell it.
Yeah.
As opposed to giving it away for free.
Well, yeah. I need some reimbursement.
Like, first, I think about the process.
People need help out there. Listen, I had a situation. Right?
Yeah.
So I went through that whole in vitro process. It's a little different, but
you're dropping the cash though, because you want to make sure that you're getting a good batch.
I understand that, but you don't know. You don't always get a good batch. Sometimes it's wasted cash.
Yeah, but
no guarantee.
The guy that you're buying it off of eBay from, it's
probably cheaper.
But it might not be good.
Get that shit tested.
How do you insert that?
Turkey baster.
Turkey baster. Do you think he adds the turkey baster as part of the sale?
She had to take that to a specialist.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
What did she do with it?
A woman who was desperate to have a second child gave birth to an e-baby after she ordered some sperm and an insemination kit online.
Oh. I guess you can get them anywhere. Yeah, I guess you can get them anywhere.
It's always England. From Nunthorpe Teesside in North Yorkshire. Because there's no way this shit would fly in the States.
Teesside.
Like, there's no way, right?
No, I don't think so.
Like, this is definitely like a European country.
Yeah, things are a lot more acceptable there.
Yeah, like, and how are you the one? Like, first off, I don't want to be the kid that grows up as known as being the e-baby that my mom bought me offline. Like, first off, I have a problem with that right away, being the kid. Like, have some consideration for the kid. Secondly, I wouldn't date that woman knowing that she did that. So she's single forever.
Well, yeah. I mean, she probably is already, right? She was already single.
I hope so. Stephanie already had a son named Frankie, who will be 5 years old next month, with an ex-partner. She thought she would have to drop her plans of having a second baby when she found out how much private fertility clinics cost.
Yeah.
She then discovered the Just a Baby app.
I love it.
Just a Baby app, from where she ordered some juice and then bought an insemination kit from eBay.
So she didn't buy the juice off eBay. She bought the kit off eBay.
She bought the
There's a
juice
real
off of
website, Just a
God.
Baby website.
She learned how to use the kit with help of YouTube tutorials.
Of course.
That's where you learn how to do everything.
Sure.
If I didn't have access to all that electronically, then she wouldn't be here. But I'm over the moon to be a mom again.
Did she have the baby yet?
Yes.
What's the name?
And I'm proud of the way that she came into the world. The mom was, I love that they say mom and not mom over there. A friend recommended the Just a Baby app to Stephanie. The app works just like a dating app Tinder.
Yeah. Swipe right, swipe left.
Oh my God.
That's why you got to put a good picture up.
Well, if you swipe right, swipe left, that's how you get the juice out. I missed. Never mind.
I'm about to say you're waiting.
Yeah, I missed. I was waiting for a reaction. I got nothing. It was a swing and a miss.
Sorry.
The two messaged for 3 weeks after the man dropped his sperm at her house in January 20. Oh, so it doesn't even come in the mail.
Right. You got it. Well, you have to, because there's reasons for that.
It's got to stay at a temperature, right?
It's got to stay warm. You're supposed to put it in the container and then put the container, like either wrap it around a towel or like in a sock.
Ooh, you got to go with the cock sock.
Well, yeah.
That's the one you go with.
Right.
That's really all. And she gave birth to the baby October 15th last year.
What's the baby's name?
Eden.
Of course.
Something shitty, right?
Well, eBay
Eden.
started with the E and like Adam and Eden.
Adam and Eve.
In the Garden of Eve.
In the garden.
Just go.
The sperm donor who wishes to remain anonymous, obviously. Said she's an amazing person. I'm happy to do it again if she'd like more children in the future.
Of course he
Fucking
is.
dating
Because
her,
he
dude.
found someone that would buy it.
It's true.
How much did she pay? Does it
Doesn't say.
Damn. I have so many more questions
These stories always leave you with questions.
going on this app when I get home and seeing if it's legit.
Just a baby?
Yeah.
You're gonna start a second. That's your gig. That's your gig economy right
I'm
there.
being a part-time lover, Nate.
Yeah, make sure you ask them for a sponsorship for the show.
I will.
You know what they'll do? It'll be affiliate. They'll give you a discount on three bottles, three samples. You'll get a discount, 10% back to the
You
show.
get a free insemination kit.
Yeah, it's always affiliate marketing with these companies. So last story of the day, and then we'll get out of here. This is probably my favorite story.
Oh boy.
It actually ties into the last story, ironically.
Cool.
Do you know what steeping is? Like the term, like what you would steep?
You know what? I've heard of it. And I feel like I know, but
Okay. Nate, do you know what steeping is?
I'm gonna be honest. Hell no.
All right. So you know when you take your tea bag
yes, I do know what that is.
and you
dip.
dip it in, you dip it in.
There it
That's
is.
steeping your tea bag, right?
Right.
So is steeping your balls the future of male birth control? So COSO is a new male contraception prototype that could provide a form of long-acting reversible birth control for men. It says it's no secret that men still have relatively few options when it comes to preventing a pregnancy, and even fewer in the way of reversible long-acting birth control methods. It's also no secret that men have proven relatively unwilling to deal with the side effects of birth control options that are or could become available to them. But perhaps steeping their balls in a James Dyson award-winning ultrasound device to temporarily turn off their fertility would be a more attractive alternative. Designed by a German design graduate, Rebecca Weiss, which, by the way, was the most obvious thing to me even before I read it. I went, a woman designed this. Because there's no dude that's going to go,
Right.
You know what we should do? Let's dip our balls in a hot bowl of water.
Yeah, not happening.
No. So it says that it's COSO users would fill the cup-like device with water, which will be heated to an operating temperature. Now, my question is, who determines that operating
Yeah, that's
temperature?
a different temperature for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you it'll be heated to an operating temperature, and the user then spreads his legs and
my
sits down to
God.
place the testicles in the device. The ultrasound process continues for a few minutes. While dunking your balls in hot water. I told you it's a great story.
Friday night.
While dunking your balls in hot water like a couple of tea bags may not sound like the most pleasant experience, you wouldn't actually be submerging your balls in scalding water. Rather, the device uses ultrasound waves to heat your balls up from the inside. So your balls are basically a microwave.
Dude.
Heat your balls from the inside, which frankly still sounds pretty harrowing. Still, research backing the use of this kind of ultrasound technology as a form of male contraception dates back to at least 2012 and has proven effective on animals. So who's the guy who gets the job?
On
Where it's like,
animals,
listen,
put that horse's balls in this hot
Yeah.
pot.
I need you to take that horse pie of mine over there and dip these balls in a bowl of water, and then we're going to have him blast off, and we need to see if this works.
He's not going to kick you in the face.
Like, first off, I don't pretend to be smart. I don't want to pretend to be a genius. I don't do drugs. I've never had those moments of clarity where an idea just hits me. But some of these people who are like, you know what might be a good idea?
Right.
If we dip our balls in hot water
And get paid to do it.
and get paid to do it. Like, I think if you interviewed,
A focus group.
used a focus group.
How do you feel about hot water? I mean, how hot? Well, it's optimal. Okay. I'm in.
It says, perhaps, however, a little hot tub for your balls is exactly the long-term reversible solution the world has been waiting for.
Jesus.
If you interviewed 100 out of 100 guys
Depends how
and
much.
you
dude.
said, no, you're paying for this. They're not paying you to do it.
Well,
You're paying them.
Well, then when they were testing it, you were probably getting paid.
Yeah, in the test part. But like, if you went, hey, listen, I don't want to get a vasectomy, right? It's a single day procedure. You're home that day. You're usually back to work the next day. It's not as bad as it used to be, where you were laid up with, a fucking bag of frozen peas on your lap.
Mm-hmm.
But I guarantee every single person is going to go, I'd rather that than dip my balls in hot water.
Listen, but it's not hot water, technically.
No, it's hot water, and then there's
probably room
ultrasound
temperature, and then the waves heat it up.
It does not sound enjoyable.
I mean, I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing
Don't think I'm considering it.
All right. Let's picture this. You go to the clinic because you can't, maybe it's an in-home kit, which just seems ridiculous.
Can't be in home. Someone's got to do it for you because you would never be able to go through with it on your own. You won't have the balls to do it.
Does somebody come into the room and go, all right, here's what you're going to do.
Pop a squat.
You're going to strip down.
Yeah.
You're going to dip your balls in this. And then I'm going to hit a switch from another room.
Yeah.
Like, is your bird just hanging out, just flopping all lazy? Like,
this guy getting x-rays at the dentist.
Can I dip my bird in it too? Or is it just my balls?
I got to hit the button.
Yeah.
Probably just your
That's
balls.
probably not good, right?
Probably just your balls, yeah.
You have a small bird to do it.
Yeah. You got to hold up or something.
Well, you got to tuck maybe you tuck the whole thing inside of it?
No.
So your dick's just hanging out forward.
Probably on
balls
top
just
of
dropped
it.
in.
Probably on top of it. It's probably like a...
Do you think that they made
like a flap opening almost?
Do you think that they have like a decorative thing where like you rest your dick? You rest your dick on this, like it's like a shelf. It's a dick shelf.
Definitely.
You rest your dick on the dick shelf. Your balls go into the water. Here's a towel to dry yourself off.
Like a little chute.
Do yourself a favor.
Like a shoehorn.
You want to pat your balls dry. Don't get rough with them.
Because they've been through it.
They've been through it.
I got them air dry.
Air dry.
After that. Not doing it.
I can't imagine anybody doing it. Nate?
Nope.
What?
That's a hard no, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'd rather drop illegitimate kids all over the planet than drop my balls in hot water.
Rather glue myself to a plane. The inside.
With a sleeping bag.
With a sleeping bag.
This is a great call with the sleeping bag.
Absolutely.
Sleeping bag.
All right, folks, that's our show for this week. Again, we will see you next week and each and every Monday at 7. Next week, I'll be back with my new co-host. We'll get to introduce Mike Hanratty and his amazing story. The reason he's not here tonight, we wanted to kick off. I didn't really get a chance to get into this. He's got his softball team is crushing it right now. And they got a surprise makeup game that they have to play tonight, and it's for first place. And he's like, listen, the show or softball. And I'm like, I get it. So that's why he's not here. He's playing softball.
I'd like to find out next week if he thinks the guy's inside the plane or outside the plane.
I'll read the same story to him. Now, if he listens to the show, he's obviously going to know.
I know. Well, maybe he won't.
So I'm not going to lie to you. When I first read it, I immediately thought para meant that you're missing a limb.
You never thought inside the plane.
I didn't think inside the roof of the plane never crossed my mind.
I was on the outside of the plane.
I knew right away.
Outside the plane, but I was with you guys. I thought he was missing a limb.
You're missing a limb.
Missing a limb. But I was with I understood what T.Y. was saying. Well, how do you do it? In my head, as soon as you said Olympic, I was like, this dude is some type of athlete. So he got up there some way.
Right. So when your initial reaction made me feel better, that's why I was surprised that I had to go around. Because that was my first reaction to it until I read the story. And I went, oh, he's just blind? Which, by the way, sounds really, really shitty to say.
But you just said, oh, he's just blind.
He's just blind?
That's
like,
all?
No, that sucks. But he's just blind? Like, you know what I mean? We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S